That's right, Jabba.
Hey guys, it's good to have you here on a Friday morning. We've earned it. That's right, we've earned it. Even you. And I don't know. Let me just look around a little bit. We've got friends on several chat rooms right now. You know, it is on quitefrankly.tv. That's pilled.net. Let's see, Vesper and Twisted Sticks and John Otter and Steven and Lori over there already filing in. Got Mike Silvestri, Katie Ann, Pink Sales, Truth Seeker Danny, Lovely Day in Missouri. Danny says that's all on Instagram. My mom even just joined on Instagram. What's going on, Mom? So it's good to see the Instagram people showing up. My mother says good morning. It's spring. Spring has sprung. It feels like spring out there today too. Brisk, but not winter brisk. Good morning. I just saw Chuck Norris passed away. Yes. Hello, Megan. We're going to read about Chuck Norris in just a second. Sad, legend, 86. Medical emergency. We heard about that last night. Whenever you hear something like that, you go, uh-oh. But legend. And if you can achieve legend status, even within your group, even within your family, that's really the whole thing. Leave a mark, you know? Yes, sir, says, when will the gas prices go down? I don't know. Down? I don't know. Alyssa says, you're the best part of my workday, Frank. Well, you're the best part of mine. You guys are what make my workday workdays. I work my ass off thinking, are they going to like this? What's going to, you know, I want to make it all work. Hi, Frank. It's Natalie from the Jamboree. My family and I are looking forward to the next one. Oh, Natalie, it's good to hear from you. Next one is going to be on June 6th. I'm going to be announcing details. It's going to be a little bit more, it's a little bit smaller, but it's going to be in a wonderful location with so much green, open spaces and trees, and it's going to be fantastic. So, and there's going to be a VIP night there too. I was just talking about it with Jay today. We got the place already set for June 6th, D-Day. It's going to be a fun time. Yeah, baby. Yes. It's going to be great. Play some wiffle ball, perhaps. Let's play some wiffle ball. That's what I want to do. They even got a swing set over there. Anyhow, I'm going to be bouncing around here. What happens at these jamborees, Frank? People socialize. They socialize. They eat fantastic food. They meet new people. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot. You ask anybody who's at the first jamboree. It's great. It's just we got to get out of the house, and we gotta meet each other, and it's a wonderful thing. Over on YouTube, we have a nice little group of people who are hanging out over there. John Michael Karma says Chuck Norris died 20 years ago. Death just didn't have the courage to tell him until now. Guys, hold on. This is going to be the first one. This is the first sip. I was waiting for you. It's the coffee, the Keto Brainz. This is actually the 2024 Quite Frankly mug. It's a left-handed mug though, so it's I gotta make a right-handed mug. We've had 2 years of left-handed mugs. You lefties have had enough coddling. Let's do this. It's a different coffee today. I'll tell you about it in a second. Oh, that's sensational. The Keto Brainz. I just love that creamy taste. I love it so much. If you want to try it, email me, frank at quitefrankly.tv. I'll send you some Keto Brainz and a salty electrolyte. You know what? Here's the coffee for today. I broke away from the Quite Frankly Elevation blend for this. Ann Bellinger gave me this as a part of her studio gifts when she came on the show on Tuesday to talk about fertility and her work with the Billings fertility cycles and methods and all that, and her work at the UN. And this is so wonderful, and it smelled so good. I said, "Oh, Ann, I'm going to brew this up on Friday." She goes, "I hope no, I don't want it to interfere with any of your other brand." I said, "It's my coffee. The Elevation Blend is my coffee. That's not going anywhere. It's not like I refuse to drink anything else. I want to try this. And the other thing, and the other reason why I want to try it is, look at the brand. It's called 7 Weeks Coffee. And let me read you about this a little bit at the end. Seven weeks of development of a baby. A baby is the size of a coffee bean. Okay? And for the first time, the baby's heartbeat is clearly detectable. 7 Weeks Coffee is a values-based business. We provide single-origin, direct trade specialty coffee with a mission and donate 10% of every sale to pregnancy care centers across America. Thank you for joining us, allowing our coffee to serve a greater purpose. It's pro-coffee, pro-life, and of course, Ann Bellinger is as pro-life as they come. And it's a medium blend, which is pretty good because I don't like dark roasts or anything like that. So I said this will be nice, and it tastes great. It really does. And I said I'm gonna read this off on air, and this is fantastic. 7 Weeks Coffee. So if you want to throw some variety into your cupboards over there, right next to the Quite Frankly Elevation Blend, serve up some 7 Weeks every once in a while. This is very special, very meaningful. Okay, well, thank you so much, Anne. And I just love, I only have a second sip. Hold on. Yes. Gnarly. Absolutely. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's get into the big news of the morning first. And that is Chuck Norris, dead at 86. Legendary actor and martial artist Chuck Norris has died. He was 86. The Walker Texas Rangers stars. Yeah, I guess I can watch some Walker this weekend. I'm definitely going to watch the. I'm definitely going to watch Sidekicks again. The star's family shared the sad news with heavy hearts on social media on Friday, explaining that he died suddenly. Thursday morning, they were holding out on us. While we would like to keep the circumstances private, please know that he was surrounded by his family and was at peace. To the world, he was a martial artist, actor, and a symbol of strength. To us, he was a devoted husband, a loving father, and a grandfather, incredible brother, and the heart of our family. I can't even imagine. But a legend, and you gotta pray for his soul and hope that he is receiving his great reward now, outside of a wonderful, rewarding life of success and a wonderful family. Well, that's just tip of the cap. Anywho, okay, so there's that. Anything else you guys want to say? I'll be checking out the comments. I like just reading the comments and the general chat on a day like today. JR at the Lake says 11 more days and I'll have my first taste of Keto Brainz. Yeah, well, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it a lot. Frank, I had that same cassette tape t-shirt that you talked about last night. Long gone, Old Navy. It was Old Navy. Guys, last night's, I have to put it up there. The link to last night's flip side, you got to watch the flip side to last night. I went into all of the new archives that I put up on my Dropbox because I'm sharing this Dropbox with a producer friend of mine, a video producer friend of mine, Josh, who's been working with me for many years. And I told him, I said, listen, I have a whole shorts operation going on right now, but I would love for you to help me to digest all of these old interviews that I've done throughout the years that I deleted from YouTube and elsewhere during the several purges, things that were completely innocuous, but I just wanted to have nothing on the channel to just survive a little bit longer. And whether or not it worked or not, who knows? I'm still here. I might not just have been as big of a fish as I thought I was. I never thought I was a big fish, but still, we were on the flip side last night going through some of these things, some of these highlights and some of the wonderful interviews. The two, I didn't even remember that I had a second interview with Michael Knowles back in the day, but I had two. And then, you know, how things go, it gets a little bit harder to get in touch with somebody once they reach massive fame and they have their own cigar company. But there is also the interview with Rich Higgins. Man, this stuff is going to be awesome to re-release. Awesome. And if you want to pick through some of that stuff with me last night, I'll share the timestamped link and I'll pin it to the top of the Rumble and top of the YouTube comments as soon as we're done with this over here. And then I will put together and schedule the show for tonight. The 7 o'clock show for tonight is the Playhouse. I'll leave the first half live on several other platforms, and you just follow us over to the Playhouse YouTube or over to Pilled, wherever you like. Those are going to be uninterrupted streams. And to kick it off, we're going to go deep into all aspects of the Afro Man trial, and it's fantastic. This is a great story. I cannot believe that the Afro Man defamation trial has made me feel more gung-ho American in 2026 than anything else. Okay? It's the 250th anniversary of our Declaration of Independence, and Afro Man winning a free speech trial in the Midwest over there is that kicked off. It's Ohio again. Big year for Ohio. You got a meteor, you got Sasquatch, you've got the Afro Man trial. You've been statistically, you are the state in which you are most likely to be abducted by aliens. What the hell's going on? You got Haitians eating everybody's pets. Man. Ohio is popping off. But, yeah, I didn't expect that. It's very hard to be all, to beat your chest when the news of the day is, oh, we're back in the Middle East again. But we'll see where it all goes, Anyway, that's for tonight, 7 o'clock. For today, hello. Let me see. Foxfield, morning. Hello, Afroman for the win. Wichita Buzz. Afroman was great on the stand. Cool, calm, philosophical, great witness. That's from John Michael. Gotta love America, says Rasoul. Not sure if I'm afraid or proud to live here, says Creek Jr. That's probably an Ohioan right there. Ohio, the crossroads, says JS. Let's see what's going on Instagram. Then we'll get into our memes, because that's really what it's all about today. I need the lefty mug, says Jennifer Low Ray. Jennifer, all of them are lefties. I mean, this one's gone. Maybe we bring back the 2024 someday, but we still have about a half a dozen or so of the 2025. I told everybody last night, you go to quitefrankly.tv in the merch section, you drop down and you see the Elevation Blend coffee. You can buy the mugs on the same site with the coffee. My friend Paige at Coffee Revolution in Davenport, Iowa. In case anybody's in the area, you want to go over there and actually stop in on the brick and mortar location. She handles all the mug orders, and until we sell out of 2025, I'm not going to design a 2026 mug, which will definitely be a righty mug. We need at least 1 year of a righty mug. I'm a righty. I feel like a doofus holding my own mug. That shouldn't happen. Hell's going on here? Anyway, all right. Are you guys ready? I'll get back into the chat rooms in just a little bit. The first one, this was sent to me. Oh man, who the hell sent this to me? This, I think this was in the guys' chat. And I understand it. I understand it. And I want to feel that flight. I want to feel that careless flight over the sea. I want to feel the wind. I want to feel the wind tickling my scalp. Just want to fly and give myself over to the flight. Flight of retardation. Give it over. That's right. Feel it. You guys know what I mean? Something about it. Must be nice, says Truth Seeker Daddy. I love that meme. All versions of that meme. Must be nice. You kind of like look on judgingly, longingly. Oh, thank you, Barb. Barb, I never expect to get super chats on a Friday morning. But Barb, thank you so much. That is so generous of you Frank, you make me laugh. That's what these are. That's what all, honestly, that's what my whole time in this craft has really been about. Deep thought, introspection, talking, getting to know people around you, maybe raging and venting with the world every once in a while, trying to understand that nonsense. But laughter, man. Jay Semo says, cheers, Frank. I didn't win the raffle. Darn, maybe next time. I think if you're in it long enough, everybody's going to win. I'm always going to find things to give away. All right, let's keep going with the memes and the reels, shall we? Here's the first. Oh, this one is perfect. This one I found, and I sent around to all my buddies. Here it is. What was TV like in the 90s? So there's like a lot of 90s retrospective nostalgia memes out there. Oh, this is perfect. Yep. That's exactly what it was like. I think I saw cleavage. Oh man. But we eventually got the box. We only had the 50 channel box though. We only had the 50 channel box. So you had the Playboy channel. Pay-per-view was 38. Playboy was 37. I remember that. But only our friends who had the gray box that actually gave you 100 channels. I said, what? 100 channels? Yeah. And if you had the gray box, that's when everybody started getting around. There's this other channel called Spice. The Spice channel, and they show everything. The Playboy channel was nonsense. That got around. If you want to see some nipples, I mean, when you're 11, 12, 13 years old, you hear that there's a channel where you can see some nipples. I mean, everything's fine. But, there's always a conveniently placed bouquet of flowers on a coffee table somewhere, so you can't actually see anybody doing anything. And everybody's just kind of like, I don't know. This used to be like, well, why is this guy rubbing his forehead on this woman's belly? Do women like having their bellies rubbed by the guy's forehead? Oh, and only about 10 years later do you realize, oh no, that was just a production call. Like, what the hell's wrong? Why do women like their bellies rubbed? It's so strange. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? That's what TV was like in the 90s. This guy, I don't understand what happened here. He reminds me of the Bagel Boss guy. He got spooked by somebody in a Big Bird costume, and he's mad about it. Let's listen.
Lucky I kept my fucking temper. I would have broke you in fucking half. I'm just Big Bird. Give a fuck. With this crazy world that you got on right now, you gotta scare somebody in a fucking restaurant? Grow the fuck up.
What do you mean? I'm not like what?
What do you mean what?
How did I scare you?
Well,
This is definitely Long Island. You're lucky I kept my temper, he said as he's screaming out of his door on a drive-thru.
Lucky I kept my fucking temper. I would have broke you in fucking...
My temper. You're lucky I kept my temper. That's definitely Long Island. Anyway, there's a female umpire. We're still dabbling with female umpires in the major leagues because, of course, there can just never be any place that's sacred for a guy. And they suck as usual, as you'd expect. I mean, umpiring is at an all-time low as it is now. The way it's going, it's just all going to be robots soon. They're going to have home plate umpires. They are going to be there for no other reason than for officiating plays at the plate, perhaps. If there's a play at the plate, is he safe? Is he out? Tagged? Blocking? Whatever the hell it is. Fair, foul. That's what it's going to be. Because I just don't understand how anybody woman or man, is going to be able to compete with the ability now for pitchers, catchers, and the batters to challenge by tapping their heads whether or not the ball or the strike was right by just going to radar. It's just going to be robots. Anyway, her name is Jen Powell, and this is probably going to be the worst call already in like the second year of experimentation with this. Probably the worst ball or strike call in Major League history. And people are already calling her Angela Hernandez because, of course, Angel Hernandez is one of the most prolifically bad umpires. It's just one of those things. Everybody knows Angela Hernandez. People over and over again. Angela Diaz Buckner. Here you go.
No, the strike zone in the minor.
Now watch what she's going to call a ball.
You're doomed to fail in the big leagues. Pitch
right down. Look, caught it right. It's like center. It's center cut of the plate. And the catcher was like, no. We're challenging that one.
There's a breaking ball outside. We had our first challenge.
Look at this. She called that a ball. Now, here's the problem. Ain't no way that everybody, man and woman, are going to get burned by this. Okay. I think that the ejections just for challenging balls and strikes beforehand was all ego driven, no doubt. But once an umpire starts getting challenged and they start getting beaten, oh man, I can't wait to see the saltiness. Angela Hernandez over here is going to go home and probably make a voodoo doll of that catcher. She probably went home after this game and made a voodoo doll after this catcher.
The call is overturned on a pitch that was right down the middle of the plate that was called a ball.
So progress, right? Anyhow, here's another one. It's a compilation of this kid. I guess he's playing high school ball or something like that, and his mother is filming all of his at-bats. And I guess she's just seen way too much of this over the years of his swinging and missing. He just does not have I just know from his stance from the first swing that he's not going to hit anything. But you got to listen to her commentary. It's incredible coming from a mom. I listen.
What was that? Oh, Nick. According to Bobby Me.
Oh, Nick.
And that was a strikeout. Yep, told you.
I told you.
Struck out. I knew it.
I knew it. Wow. Can you imagine going home saying, Mom, can I watch the tape? At some point, you're just like, no, I don't even want to see it. I knew it. Told you. Oh, Nick. Well, I mean, he's so slow. Most of those balls, I mean, and I saw one up by his eyes. Listen, the high fastballs can trick you. You just see it. So once something gets like up here, close to the shoulders, sometimes you just see the ball so well because it's just close to eye level that you just want to jump out at it. But it's just you're never going to catch up to it. But a lot of that was just breaking balls, and even those he was late on. So, but you know what? Enjoy it while you're still young enough to put on the uniform and go out there. Who cares? You're on the team. You're with your friends. Just the time in the dugout, the clay, the salty sunflower seeds, the weather. Oh man, just go for it. Okay, you struck out. That's fine. Barely anybody makes it to the major leagues, but damn, Mom, told you. Oh my gosh, what was she taking? She was taking bets. She was laying down money Well, she probably won like $5 from the mother next to her. Told you, pay up. Jeez. Now I could have made so much money betting on my kids. Going both ways. Oh, this one's $10. He doesn't even get the bat off his shoulder. $10. I'd be living in a 5-bedroom mansion right now. I could have made if I could have bet on my 16 years of coaching just 12U, travel ball and all that other stuff. If I could have bet, if I had Kalshi, if there was Kalshi back then, forget about it. Wow, this is good. Thank you again, Keto Brainz. You know, coffee is a natural. It's the most used nootropic out there. I've said that before. It just stimulates you on every level. You know, everybody, digests it in different ways. But to add the MCT oils and the lion's mane and the L-theanine and all that stuff on top of it, I just love the creaminess. And I'm going to be multitasking for the next hour and a half. I can't wait. Let's see here. Baby boomer advice. 1-800-BOOM. Call now. This was sent to me by my friend Josh this morning. Let's take a listen.
Boomer advice, how can I help you? Hi, my wife and I both have full-time jobs, but we still can't afford a house. What should we do? Have you tried not buying iced coffees? Oh, yeah, we actually don't drink coffee.
Hang up. Just hang up. I can't deal with this.
Hello? I stopped buying avocado toast, and I got 2 more jobs, but the mortgages where I live are over $4,000 for a starter home. You know, we didn't have Netflix. Okay. Thanks, baby boomer advice.
That's it. If you just cut out Netflix and you don't have any kind of enjoyment with a latte, then forget about it. You would be able to have that home in the 2-car garage. It's not that the world has suddenly just mysteriously gone downhill. Hey, slightly related. This is hilarious. I see these all the time. Grandparents, when everything in the family is going well. Ugh. It's not just grandparents, it's everybody. Everything's going well? What do you mean? That's when you hold on tight. Somebody's going to fall down a flight of fucking steps. But this one in particular I love because we get a dummy shot. And I love when people use dummies and fling dummies down, use dummies in like violent situations or throw them off of, throw them downstairs or whatever the hell it is. I love dummy shots to stand in for like stunt work. Love it. Like even like high whatchamacall, expensive Hollywood productions from back in the day. They used the dummy shots. They thought that was a good idea. We have to find the Fugitive with Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones. I'm pretty sure they used a dummy when Richard Kimball goes and jumps out of the tube and down the waterfall. I'm pretty sure that they use a dummy for that, which is crazy. Because it's like, it's a Harrison Ford film. You couldn't have, whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Here you go. Grandparents, when everything in the family is going well. It's not funny. Just full on commitment. But that was a conscious choice. What are some of the let's see, what are the comments? I'm so happy that in 2026 we're still getting ragdoll stunt doubles. Accuracy 10%, comedic value 110. Yes. Ragdoll stunt doubles are hilarious. Hilarious. It's even it's 2 steps above hiring a stunt double that is so not the actor. Like some of Leslie Nielsen's stunt doubles in the Naked Gun movies, where you can tell it's not them, and they have a ridiculous like gray wig on. It's like, oh, look, that's just ridiculous there. Anyway, right after the doctor puts them on blood thinners, says Greco Polos. Grandma, just use your walker. Grandma, no. This is the human equivalent of my dog knowing when I just got my tax return because it's time for her to have an exploratory $7,000 surgery. Ugh. Just when you thought you're getting ahead. Grandpa had the audacity to do it on Christmas morning. Oh, somebody else. Typical boomer behavior. How could I make this about me? Throwing yourself down the stairs. Oh, boy. Okay. Here's a fun one. What not to say to your pregnant wife?
How'd it go?
Good. Doctor says she's about 6.5 pounds.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Haven't you gained 50? Hey, how'd it go?
I saw this one. I forgot when this came by. Where the hell I saw this one? Oh, these are funny. I love all of those saying the wrong thing memes, and all of a sudden there's the memorial picture. I love that. When they use the "in the arms of the angel." Okay, now we got a meme carousel, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11:01, and before we get to the meme carousel, let me get back into the chat rooms a little bit. Let's see here. Michael Gilby says, hello. No joke, Frank, but Keto Brainz has been a game changer for months now, says Danny on Instagram. Hey, listen, it tastes good, yes, but I've been using it and loving it since well before I was able to, bring myself to reach out and try to make a deal. And it just becomes part of your routine. It's so much better than dropping in, sugar and all this other stuff. And every once in a while, hey, depending on where I am, I like getting the heaviest cream possible in coffee. You can use the packs and stuff. I take Keto Brainz on, every vacation that we go. If we go to Maine or whatever the hell it is, we bring enough to get through the weekend. And so you do whatever the hell you can. But still, it's just one of those things is where I like getting the heaviest cream possible into my coffee. Just because the fats, unless of course I'm icing the coffee down, then I tend to just really like it black. But I do get blends in of Keto Brainz into my iced coffee as well in the summer. I like that too. But yeah, it's really just about that fat, and you get so much good stuff with the C8 MCT right from the coconuts, and it's great. It's wonderful. If you want to try it, email me, frank@quitefrankly.tv. Otherwise, use promo code MARCH at ketobrainz.com. And not only are you getting 15% off, but you're also going to be getting into a $600 plus gift bag raffle with all types of stuff. Yeah, little Spokadex says, don't say anything to your pregnant wife. We all know that. Yeah, you just have to be quiet for 9 months. Don't say anything. Don't talk about anything. Let's see. Abenon says Chuck Norris didn't die. He went to go kick the devil's ass. Nice to see a 90s mom still at work, says Clouded Casey. See what else we got. Rosie says SNL skit for It's a Wonderful Life, use a dummy for Potter. Yes. Fantastic. What's going on, Belushi? Good to see you all. Really wonderful. Jay Semo. Skull Spotter. What is that? I'll take a look at that later on. Over on YouTube, though. Don't talk about anything, says GOV. I put the samples in my hot chocolate. Oh, damn. I didn't even think about that. I actually still have some packets of Ghirardelli hot chocolate, although that's like, you'd be going purely for taste and hopefully that it's going to offset all the sugar in the hot chocolate. But you know what? What are you going to do? Swear off hot chocolate for the rest of your life? Can't do that. Hold on. It's a gas leak. Hold on. We got a gas leak at the studio, Anthony's telling me. Came out of here because I thought had a gut feeling it wasn't good. I started getting nauseous, and there's a ton of people out in the building right now because there's been an official email sent out. I'm probably poisoned. You're not poisoned. You just get out into the fresh air and flush just flush your body out. It's beautiful outside. Is the fire department on the way? Great. Gas leak at the studio. Great. We'll see if there's a flip side tonight. I mean, we'll see if there's a Playhouse tonight. Hopefully they get this all done because I have a Playhouse tonight and we have a Saturday night show tomorrow. See what Anthony says. He texted me before. He says I smell gas over here. We're bringing attention to the. I said, oh great, terrific. And now it's confirmed, I guess. Yeah, just get outside. Great. Open up the windows too. I'm gonna go in there. I hate that gas smell. You know what I'm talking about? One thing or another. If I had a studio here at home, I mean, it's just great to have a neutral location where you can go to work, you can get people into the studio, you can bring guests there and all that stuff. I have Studio B, but if I had like a full studio, room for guests, all that stuff in my home, and I can save the cost of what it's and all this other shit. But it's more than just broadcast. It's a place where we do the music, where we have all of our musical instruments over there, where the band hangs out. I wouldn't be able to create a space that could accommodate for all of that here or, anywhere else. But man, the overhead at the studio is nuts. It is just nuts. Sponsor the show, by the way, everybody. $5 a month is very little on your end, but it goes a long, long way. It really does. And you punch your ticket to so many amazing things. I give you the world for $5. And if you sponsor for $10 or more, I give you the world plus a 20th anniversary t-shirt. So, quitefrankly.tv/sponsor. Not like we couldn't have a gas leak here at home. God forbid. Anthony said, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're on the way, but I just got noticed that there are people outside who left the building, and then I overheard someone said it's a gas leak. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, hold on. And I'm like, oh, because I emailed Annie just asking about it. I didn't get nobody mention anything, so I don't know. I already left when I started feeling a little nauseous inside. I didn't know if it was just me, so I left, but whatever. I'm outside now. It's the transcription of a voice note. See, you guys are here for breaking news. Breaking news, there's a gas leak at the studio, and the 10-second songs guy is nauseous. Anthony Vincent of 10-second songs is nauseous. Let everybody know. Get on your Twitters. Get on Twitter. Go on to Anthony Vincent's Instagram and everywhere else. Go on to his latest video and start commenting. Anthony, are you okay? We heard you're nauseous from the gas leak. Anthony, are you all right? Be extremely concerned about it, too. Help me out. Crockett Man says, gas leak at the studio. Those phone cops play hardball. WKRP reference. Love the show, Frank. Well, thank you, Crockett. It's good to have you out there. Really is. Belushi says, sitting in a coffee shop inside the airport. You are saving me right now. Cheers, brother. Oh, Belushi, where are you going to? Where are you going? And while he writes back to that, let's get to a meme carousel. It is 10 after 11. We got 20 minutes together. I don't like going beyond an hour on our B-side streams, or else it just becomes Quite Frankly in the morning. And hello to everybody in the time zones that we usually don't reach. Jeremy Ryan Slate just texted me, said, death is now dead. Chuck Norris lives forever. That's it. There you have it. Okay, you ready? Let's get some funky music. Here we go. All right. We got an Ed Harris Truman Show meme over here. Make him take his morning dump and make it really good one so that he thinks he's in for a great day. Now make him have to take another one. Now make him have to take another one. Now have him take one more. Now have his wife say, oh my God, are you... Now have his wife say, oh my God, are you shitting again? Through the door. Guys, if this is you, give me a 1 in the chat room. Guys, if this is you, give me a 1 in the chat room. If this is your life, 1 in the chat room, fellas, if this is you. Give me 1 in the chat room if this is you. We'll see. See what comes through. Again? Can you imagine just spending your whole day taking shits? That's horrible. That's not good. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's keep this one rolling because it looks like it's a long carousel. Next one is white girls copying gay men copying black girls. You know, that makes sense. It is a strange ride. Me. Vegetables at the grocery store getting misted. Me. Smiley. Does that make you happy to see vegetables at the grocery store getting the little misted? Does it make you feel like, oh, yes. I don't know. There is something kind of nice about it. Grocery stores are really, I love grocery stores. I have a lot of I have quite a few core memories of going to not just grocery stores, but farmers markets with my grandmother and grandfather. There was a place not too far from here, but I don't know how to get there. I forget how to get there. It's called Banksville. I think it's in New York. Banksville, New York. Let me see. Banksville, New York. Area in Greenwich, Connecticut. Okay, it's Greenwich. Banksville is a hamlet in the town of North Castle, Westchester County, New York. An area including Stamford and Greenwich, Connecticut. How does that make any sense? It's a hamlet in North Castle and an area including Stamford and Greenwich, Connecticut. Banksville Farmers Market. 1990s. Let me see. Memories of Banksville's Farmers Market and Produce Market. Get the hell out of here. If I see photos on... I don't have Facebook, so this is... Do they have pictures of the animals outside? Hold on a second. I was doing some research, it involved Banksville. I went down a rabbit hole and I was unable to find many pictures of Banksville online. And none of the farmers market. The Westchester Historical Society had these, so I'd share. Man, the Banksville Farmers Market was so amazing. I used to go there with my grandparents, and it was just, I don't know. They used to have like little cats that hung out around there, like almost like farm cats that they allowed to just walk around because it took care of the mice if there was any mice, because it was like a farm. And then, you can go inside the big barn and you can pick out all of your produce. And then outside behind a pen was a pony and chickens and a goat and all that, whatever the hell it was. And we used to go feed the animals, and I just loved it. I loved it. And I don't know where the hell it was. And maybe I got to find some. Those are good memories. Good memories. So yeah, grocery stores, farmers markets. I get that. That me in the office at 9, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m., just yawning. Me when I get home, out of control. No, actually what happens to me is usually the opposite. When I would go to the gym or something like that, to when I was working at the gym, I would have all of this creative flow happening around 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'd be writing stuff down, ideas for the show that night when I was just balancing both of those lives. And then it was, I'd get out of there and I would be so drained emotionally. And I probably didn't have a good lunch. I wasn't optimized. And I just feel like, damn, all of my best creative juices were just wasted. Applying for jobs nowadays is a humiliation ritual. Questions. Send us a TikTok style video on what makes you different. The more creative, the better. 30 seconds to 1 minute. The video should be uploaded to a platform such as YouTube, Dropbox, or Vimeo. Please note applications without Vimeo will not be considered. Oh, wait. Applications without a video will not be considered. What the hell is that? A job application. Some job applications are asking people to submit TikTok style videos to tell them a little about themselves. That you have to have some kind of influencer aura nonsense going for you just to be able to fold clothes at Abercrombie. That sucks, man. I'm sure that that's not across the board, but that's crazy. You probably got other dudes. I don't even have a dad, says, well, I don't know. Bitches expose anything after the breakup. F you mean he was on that island. You mean he was on that island? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, expose anything. Yeah, but they keep it quiet. It's a Me Too moment. This is the third night in a row where the second I get home, I've dropped my jeans to my ankles and stood there scratching my ball sack. Oh. I mean, jeans are like that. You can't scratch your ball sack through your jeans. So it's either you got to go to the bathroom and just dig them out, or you are just, I hate jeans. I wear them out of necessity. You just know when you're going to a place that it requires something just etiquette wise, something a little bit better than sweats or whatever. But you do what you got to do. And my friends try to get me out of the house. I got to watch Bram Stoker's Dracula again sometime soon. I haven't watched that in a long time. Don't take it off. It helps me for my sleep apnea. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Just attach it completely to my face. Those face hugger aliens are the worst. The worst. I love the differences between male and female Black Widows because it just looks like the simp nerd and the big booty goth girlfriend that he somehow bagged. That's the male Black Widow? Get out of here. That little brown one is a male Black Widow? No. Male Black Widow is brown. A male Black Widow spider are generally brown, gray, or tan, not shiny black like the females. They're much smaller than females and typically feature lighter patterned markings on their backs, often with yellow, white, or orange streaks. Sorry. The Keto Brainz is making me go through puberty. I learned something today. You think that the Black Widows would all be black, but nope. Being a girl isn't enough. I need to be a weapon. I don't know what the hell that means. Guys' pockets, a phone, keys, wallet, a map to the clitoris. Girls' pockets, amputation equipment. You got the amputation saw, a Gili saw, amputation knife, and a tenotomy knife. What the fuck did I just watch? What is... See? I like stuff like this, though. Every once in a while, just makes you scratch your head. I hate this generation. Nobody think they ugly anymore. Yes! That's serious. That's serious. And you know where that comes out really like prominently? That Whatever podcast, Brian Atlas's Whatever podcast. You got these girls up there that are at best, if they're all made up, 5s. And society has gassed them up into thinking, I'm a 10. I'm a 10. And they believe it. They believe it. Boys are not built up like that, so you can't say it's everybody. Nah. That's the one thing I would disagree. Nobody think they ugly anymore. No, it's not that. By and large, younger generation girls think that they're all 10s. Except the ones who are getting bullied by the 5s who think they're 10s. That probably are actually prettier. Probably have something. That's the crazy thing there too. We had that comment that I brought up that I love going to, with the comment about social justice and all that stuff, and the kind of mentality that is ruling the roost when it comes to SJW equity stuff. Where is it? Hold on. Quite frankly, show notes, memes, 4chan classics. Where is it? Woke culture revolution. I read this on the air not too long ago. So my theory is that there's a lot of people out there. The have-nots have been told that they're beautiful and they are peak, but they're not, and they actually are ugly inside and many times outside as well. And they direct all of their anger toward people who are actually really ugly, and those people, because they're losing foothold in society, at least temporarily, because nature will correct itself. Those people who are losing foothold in society because they are, traditionally beautiful, or they do have things going. I mean, they are just hated on so much by the have-nots who have been kind of like put on a pedestal. Here, look at this. Regarding the woke color revolution, average people are at a loss concerning how to address it because the reality of it being fundamentally spiritual revolution hasn't settled in yet. It's not merely a movement to redress some temporal grievances, but rather a radical revolution against Logos itself. That is why there is a religious zeal. It's because it's a religious war masquerading as a political remodel. Take race. Wokesters are not colorblind. That is no revelation. But what is important to understand is that their notion of systemic racial bias is just a cover, concealing and giving respectability to something much darker. The real but never confessed indignation is that some, in fact, are more capable than others, more beautiful than others, more intelligent than others. And this is deemed cosmically unfair. Thus, the solution must not be mere improved treatment of the less blessed as in former times, but ultimately annihilation of all differences, but not before a punitive and vengeful inversion in which the least capable, beautiful, and intelligent are put on a pedestal, and the most subjugated and the most capable, beautiful, intelligent are subjugated and murdered. It is a rebellion of malcontents and their philosophical sympathizers fomented by the propaganda of Satan. And really, I know I just took that a couple of leagues deeper under the surface of the ocean, but that's what it comes down to. And you see that, you see the result of that. And when you peek in on a highlight from a Whatever podcast where you have all these thoughts sitting around and they are just plucked and pulled. They got the push-up bras and they're just They spend their days selling, shots of them spread eagle on the internet. Some of them don't even know that they already hit the wall 5 years prior, but they have been gassed up. And it's because society has been running on this kind of fuel for a long time. But, there's going to be a reckoning. There must be. I'm an ethical hater. I'm hating on you from a nuanced and multifaceted standpoint. Yes, I have very nuanced hatred. Polyamory, but it's because you need 3 incomes to survive. Can you imagine that? You're not actually polyamorous, but you're so desperate to pay the rent. How about we just bring on another woman or something like that? The guy's like, all right, yeah. No, actually, no, that would be fiscally wise. Let's just bring another woman into this for sure. If my girlfriend turned into a worm, I'd build her a worm sanctuary and take care of her, says Aloe. And then one of the comments says, I'd repeatedly cut her in half, multiplying her until I have enough biomass to mold her into a pocket. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. Never mind. Even a girl boss needs a couple of beers sometimes. Yeah, that's what it always ends up being. Beers. Likelihood of who he's talking to when he says he's not talking to anyone else. A coworker, someone they met online, a female friend he's been trying to get with on and off, but doesn't really have the feelings for her, but is a loyal platonic boomerang. His ex, legitimately no one else. There's the orange. Yeah. There's no orange slice in there. So I guess we know you're just pigeonholed. It's all done. It's working against you. That was our meme carousel for today. Thank you so much for that. It's been great to have you here. All right. Well, I guess in the last couple of minutes, I will just remind you that tonight, if there's not a gas issue at the studio, did I smell gas the other night? I feel like I smelled gas the other night, but it was passing. Nothing that lasted. We'll see what happens there. 7 o'clock, though, as of right now, we are going to be live on the Playhouse. Let me show you guys where that is. The Playhouse. Here we are. We're past 1,000 subscribers. How fun is that? So go check that out. It's a place to dish on music, movies, personal lore between two brothers and their friends. And I think we're close to getting monetized over there. So there's even going to be super chats soon. Anyhow, that's going to be nice. 7 o'clock. We'll start everywhere. And then around the halfway point, we will jump off to here or pill.net, wherever you want to be. That's uninterrupted. That's what it is. Also, tomorrow night, Saturday night, Jay Gulinello and I, and anybody else I might be able to muster, is going to have a little bit of a Saturday night conspiracy lounge. We're going to be sifting through all of the shots he took from Dealey Plaza after his week in Dallas, and some other things too. It's going to be fun. And that's all I have for you. If you want some samples of Keto Brainz and also salty electrolytes, get in touch with me. They're both fantastic, and they have been. I'm never going back to any other living without them. That's for damn sure. On top of the taste being, I wake up looking for it. Good times, Frank. Have a good day, brother. Thank you, Danny, over there on Instagram. NB Watke, good to see you. Santina Payne says, don't some stores even play the thunderstorm sounds, or is that just playing in my head when I see it happen? Oh, no, you're right, Santina. Some grocery stores do play thunderstorm sounds. I think that I don't know if they actually go with the flickering light for the lightning, but that they do set an ASMR kind of feeling. I don't know if that is if that's for the humans that are shopping, or if they're doing that for the vegetables. You never know. Plants respond to music. Maybe they respond to the sound of rain and thunder too. I wouldn't put it past them. But that's it for today. Thank you for everybody who is hanging out. Thank you for everybody who's hanging out here on this Friday. You have been wonderful company. You really have been. And yeah, rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Thank you guys. We'll see you later on tonight. Be well.